Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Artextricic, and today we're going to talk about how to paint rocks. Now, just quick disclaimer, like every video, these are videos that are exclusive to my Patreon or any other exclusive website that I put my work on. They're sped up, and there's some stuff I cut out just to make it simple for you guys to understand what's going on from beginning to end, just to give you a understanding. But if you want a full analysis from every step, and I give a bunch of information in the Patreon or in the Gumroad or whatever platform these videos goes on. I give nothing but a bunch of information, what to look out for, what not to do, what to do. So don't think that's the whole video based on what you see on YouTube or any other platform that's free, because this is just a quick synopsis of what the point A and point B, because I've taken out a lot of stuff that you will have to take time to understand, so you get the core concept of what I'm doing. And they're usually an hour or two long, so you're getting a bunch of information, so you're not getting like stuff you can just look up on YouTube. Well, you can, but then again, it was just gonna be long and boring, so I'm pretty sure most people would understand. Anyway, so with that said, let's get to it. Okay, here we go. So what we're gonna do here with our rock is that rocks are just giant blobs of carved out blobs. It's a lot like what we did when we used clouds. Okay, so how this works is that with clouds, you're carving something round and a lot fluffier, but with the key light, direct light, and the source light, you're mostly carving your way onto your subject here. So yeah, I use some what's the right word? Clipping masks or clipping layers to make this easier, so I don't go out the lines. But I use mainly the lasso tool, and if you see it by mid color, light color, dark color, you can see different sections of the plane. And this is where I talked about planes in the video. I'll put it somewhere here in the descriptions, or somewhere in the video you'll see in the corner somewhere, where I'm explaining myself in the sense of how to carve one light source from the next with the bounce light, the source light, direct light, and understand how they play against each other in this sense. So the more you keep doing stuff like this, whether you're using your lasso tool or you're using your paintbrush, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it has to be at least, I would say, hard edge. It has to be a hard edge type brush, because the more you keep doing this, the more you can start building on how light works, how planes work, and all that great stuff. So I zoom in here to get more of the nicks and crannies, the little details that's coming in. I learned this technique from, I forgot the YouTuber's name, but it's in the descriptions, I'll put it in there. And it made it easy to understand how this light reflect in crevices like this that goes up and down, compared to just light just directly hitting on something. So it makes it easy to understand this by taking your time. Don't rush through it. Just take your time, because I notice a lot of beginners tend to just rush into it and don't really understand it, and they'll probably get a decent looking rock for once and say, oh, I can draw rocks now. No, you should be able to draw rocks without any problem whatsoever. You shouldn't have a you shouldn't be doubting yourself. And then I start putting some textures around the object to give it more life, because you don't want to do these type of objects and don't give it some form of texture, because it's not believable. It looks too plastic looking, and that's something that most digital artists will run into in these situations when making a character, when working on an item, or whatever case may be. So you must keep that in line. And also, I use a lot of multiply to give it more of a darker sense of based on the light source. And we're getting somewhere pretty good on this. I did this a few weeks ago for this video, but I'm trying to put in some foliage onto our rock here to give it more age, more atmosphere on to the subject as best as I could. So how I did this is that when I put the foliage onto the rock, I carve it out based on the light source. I can't talk today. Light source. So with the light source, I make sure that the midtones are there, the light tones are there, and make sure that the direction is making sense. That is the most important part. Make sure that your direction based on your light source makes sense, because if you don't do this, you're going to have this situation where you're going to be like, wait, hold on, the light source or something doesn't seem right, and make that your priority to make sure that the light source makes sense. Now, I took a foliage brush from our previous video from way back when, to give it more life, because I didn't have time to do all the like extra nooks and crannies to make it more flat, like foliage like from our previous video. But it was nice to put it there for something like in a video game. You'll see, like if you had like a forest level or a jungle level, it was kind of cool to make it this way. I would have given more atmosphere around the subject, but I just wanted to keep the focus onto the rock, and then I put in some occlusion shadows. That's very important, basically when you're using like bushes and stuff like that. Remember what I taught you guys based on the light source and how that works on bushes, and also putting some holes in them to give it more of a believable sense. I know that's kind of hard for some, because it's hard to put the holes in and make them feel like believable in that sense. I get it. But other than that, I think that was everything. So if you guys like these videos the way I explained them, even though I was kind of fumbling my way through, tell me if you like what you see, or it was helpful. Does it incentivize you to take the Patreon version? Because that one's a lot more calmer instead of me just speaking through this and explaining my way through. They're a lot more long formed, and they're a lot more helpful in that sense. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really fun to do. And I hope this got you guys, kind of thinking more outside the box on how to really look at your subjects or objects more clearly. I didn't even mention the reflectant light, if you can see it on the back of the shadow area. I would have probably made that a little more lighter, based on the color that is bouncing from the grass to the rock. I would have put more grass under it, but I just wanted to keep it pretty focused on the subject at hand. So, and I think the angle a little bit is a bit off based on where we're looking at it, but I think it's still passable. I think I would have did a lot more carving around the midsection, upper part of the rock to give it more of that carved look, or so. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I hope for some weird reason this has incentivized you to take this more seriously if you want to do this for like a video game, your own video game you're working on, whether it be a project or just trying to brush up on your skills, or at least trying to get somewhere. This is more built for beginners to novices, and maybe more advanced artists who have like more understanding, even more than I do. Remember, what I learned is a collection of other things from other creators, and then slap them together and make something out of nothing. So that's what it really is. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed what we did here. I love to hear comments. Please put your comments at the bottom. Please hit that like. It does help me out, and it incentivizes me to make more videos like this, or be more experimental. So I'm trying new stuff, trying to see what works, see what's easier, and see what's much more difficult, and then look at more techniques to make things much more engaging for you guys, for my live streams and everything else. So with that said, have a great night. Keep it plus ultra, and like I said, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, and please critique me as best as you can. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe I can improve on the feedback. I'm always looking for feedback, even if it's negative or not, so you tell me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, later guys, bye bye.